This is Pete Fletcher from around the galaxy, and welcome to Disturbances in the Force.
And a great disturbance in the Force.
Many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
Well, another week, another flood of news, rumors, clickbait, and conversation. All the links to the original stories can be found in the notes, and I urge you to check them out. So let's get to it. Well, there was very little to report on in Star Wars movie news this week, but A New Hope, get it, was found in the form of a Michael Waldron interview for GQ magazine. He's the showrunner for Disney Plus's Loki series and has been attached to the mysterious Kevin Feige Star Wars project. He told the magazine, quote, "It's very early days, and that's probably the thing I can say the least about, unfortunately." He also went on to say, "I think Star Wars at its best is a story about family. Han, Luke, and Leo were a family. It's great characters, and that's nothing new." There's yet to be any confirmed release date or really any details about the Marvel Masters Star Wars project at this time. Website The Illuminerdi is reporting that the new Star Wars live-action series Ahsoka has begun searching for someone to cast as former Jedi Barriss Offee. For those unfamiliar with the character, she was a Jedi Master who briefly appeared in Attack of the Clones and a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith. Her story has been expanded in other media, and she has an important part in the Clone Wars animated series attached to the events that ultimately led to Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order. Her potential return has gotten the attention of many deep dive fans. However, the casting call lists the character needs as an Asian woman in her 20s to 30s. This description may be a better fit for a certain Rebels character, a Mandalorian who's wielded the Darksaber named Sabine Wren, and it may make more sense as the last time we saw Ahsoka before her live-action debut in The Mandalorian, she and Sabine were on their way to find a fledgling Jedi named Ezra Bridger who disappeared with Grand Admiral Thrawn in the series finale. As Ahsoka is searching for Thrawn in her episode of The Mandalorian, it would not be unexpected to see her traveling with Sabine. Fans will get their first look at another Star Wars Disney Plus series on July 3rd, when producers from the new show Star Wars Visions appear at Anime Expo Light. The 30-minute panel will include executive producers Jackie Lopez, James Wow, Josh Rhimes, Justin Leash, and Kanako Shirasaki. The show will feature some of anime's most renowned creators and will feature new stories from the Star Wars galaxy. Anime Expo Light takes place on July 3rd and 4th online with a $5 registration that will go to benefiting the Community Action Fund Hate is a Virus. Find a link to the registration in the notes for this episode. Fans also got an unexpected look at an animated classic when Disney Plus silently dropped the vintage Star Wars cartoon series Droids on Friday morning. The series, which is no longer considered part of Star Wars canon, takes place 15 years before the events of A New Hope and follows the adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO. The show ran for one 13-episode season, and the entire run of the 1985 series are included in the drop, as well as a 47-minute Droid special that aired in 1986 called The Great Heap. Official Disney Public Relations has released, perhaps inadvertently, the titles of Bad Batch episodes 10 through 14. The titles are Common Ground, Devil's Deal, Rescue on Ryloth, Infested, and War Mantle. Now, while the titles are generic enough, two of them have caught the attention of sleuthing fans. Rescue on Ryloth implies a visit to the homeworld of the Twi'lek species. Twi'leks we've seen on screen include Jabba the Hutt's Major Domo Bib Fortuna, as well as Cham and Hera Syndulla. Hera was last seen in the show Rebels, and her name can be heard over the public address system in Rogue One as a general in the Rebellion. The other episode of interest is number 14 of the 16-show run, called War Mantle. According to Wikipedia, Project War Mantle was the initiative of the Galactic Empire enacted soon after its founding that sought to fill out the ranks of the burgeoning Imperial Army with conscripted human soldiers, a departure from the clone army of the Galactic Republic. This has led some to believe that we will get our first look at the next wave of Imperial stormtroopers. Spoiler alert, The Bad Batch dropped episode number 8, officially reaching the halfway point of the season in dramatic fashion. When last we saw the Bad Batch, they were on Bracca, the scrap planet introduced in Jedi Fallen Order, and after removing their inhibitor chips, they were covertly reported to the Empire by a group of scrappers. Predictably, Crosshair led a team of newly minted Imperial troops to take out the targets. Our heroes make a daring escape after being pinned down in the engine of a Venator-class Star Destroyer while severely injuring Crosshair. Hunter and Omega return to their ship only to discover that there's another threat. In a surprise cameo that set Clone Wars fans on fire, bounty hunter Cad Bane was waiting at the Marauder for Clone Force 99 to return with his prize, Omega. In a classic Western gunfight standoff, Bane gunned down Hunter and disappeared with everyone's favorite little clone girl. Hunter was spared death from his armor and were left with an ending akin to Episode 15 of The Mandalorian. The child has been kidnapped. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Disturbances in the Force. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Follow us on all your social media channels at ATGcast. Visit our website at atgcast.com and check out the Around the Galaxy podcast for weekly in-depth interviews with the people behind the Star Wars fandom. This week, we have special guest Mark Altman, author of Secrets of the Force, the complete, uncensored, unauthorized oral history of Star Wars. Well, thanks for joining us, and may the Force be with you.